Recently, there hasn't been any live action movies that are made by Disney themselves. Sure, we get the occasional live action remake and the theme park adaptation or whatever, but in like the 2000s and 2010s, there was like a lot of more original live action remakes, and maybe even some sequels of the live action remakes. Some of them during the 2000s and 2010s were like Freaky Friday, Tron Legacy, and a bunch of other movies too. But by the end of the 2010 decade, Disney wasn't really committed to releasing that much original live action pictures in theaters, mainly focusing on the live action remakes, while the original live action stuff was dumped onto their new streaming service, Disney Plus. So there was one more year where Disney cared about live action. What year was it? Well, let's talk about it. Now, the year I'm mentioning in question is 2018. Marvel was at the top of their game with Black Panther and Avengers Infinity War. The animated features were at least okay, I guess, and Solo: A Star Wars Story existed. But Disney released 4 live action features, one based off a book, one based on an IP, one based off a sequel from a 1960s film, and whatever the Nutcracker in the Four Realms is. So we're just gonna look at them one by one and I guess discuss why Disney lost interest of releasing them in theaters, I guess. So, yeah, let's get started. The first was A Wrinkle in Time, based off a book. And when the movie came out, the movie was given meh reviews, and the movie was an unfortunate box office bomb. So, that was a failed attempt number 1 of this year. The second live action feature was Christopher Robin, based on the Winnie the Pooh characters, and some people think this is a live action remake, even if I don't think so at all. Anyway, movie was given some pretty positive reviews and did okay at the box office, so I guess a win for Disney for the live action department. The third release was The Nutcracker in the Four Realms, based off a thing that Disney did that might be related to like a Fantasia segment, I guess. I don't know how that connects to this movie, but movie got mixed reviews. It did terrible at the box office. And this was kind of Disney's like last straw with the movie live action business part. So this was a major fail for Disney. But we still have one more left. The final live action release of the year was Mary Poppins Returns. And this one ended up being a decent success actually. It was given some pretty good reviews for a movie about something sequel 1960s movie. And it was a pretty good hit at the box office, releasing around the busiest holiday that I've seen. Dang. But, I don't know. At least it was a win. 2018 was pretty much the last time we saw anything pretty much sorta original based on a live action original something, I don't know. 2018 was basically the last month we saw any Disney live action movie released, because 2019 had more Marvel, more Disney, more live action remakes, and 2020 was originally supposed to have Artemis Fowl and the one and only Ivan, but due to a certain pandemic, they were dumped onto Disney Plus, and then they just kept going from 2020 to 2023. And the only major live action releases that we got that weren't live action remakes were just the theme park adaptations of Jungle Cruise and The Haunted Mansion. And then in 2024, we were given an sort of original live action feature in theaters, Young Woman in the Sea, which, although that one was technically a limited release, it did prove to Disney that more live action features that weren't live action remakes could be deserved to be in theaters. And then in 2025, they did 2 sequels of old things, I guess, Freaky Friday and Tron Ares. One was good, it made money. The other one was mid and was a box office flop. So, I don't know what to do with the outro. I guess I could just say, more original theaters movies could be in theaters or whatever, but I don't know what to say, so, yeah. I hope other studios release more live action movies in theaters. I'm looking at you, Netflix. You're coming up next soon. Anyway, yeah, that's it now. I'm going to eat cookies. Bye.